Blankenship is ready. Bowden is ready for Kentucky. It's the Dogs and Cats together in one place. We are underway. A low spinning line drive kick will sail deep over the back line of the end zone. The game starts with a touchback.
Tyson Campbell.
4 down lineman for the Cats. They give it to Benny Snell. He veers to the right at right tackle and will run into a pile and a gain of a couple to the 38.
Quite a bit from the Dogs today.
Here's the snap to the quarterback, and he'll fire it out to the left. It's caught by Bowden. He runs over the backside of his blocker, falls to the ground, but put his hand on the turf to keep him upright, keep his balance.
There by Kentucky.
3rd and 5.5 or so, 3rd and 6. The Cats will go nowhere with Benny Snell. He's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Tried to break it off at right tackle. 25-year-old Australian punter will kick it to Miko Hardman, the SEC's punt return average leader. Going to back up Miko to the 12. Misses 2 men, breaks outside to the 20, outside the numbers to the 30. Got a block there to the 40. At the sideline, cuts it at the 50, to the 40. He's got space. Does he have the speed? They'll grab him by the legs at the 25-yard line. A tremendous return. Miko Hardman shifting Holyfield to his left. He'll hand it off to Elijah Holyfield. Tries to break out, cuts inside at the numbers. 15, 10, 9, 8, and tripped up there. They've got Fromm in the shotgun, Swift in the backfield. 3 receivers right. Fromm on the near hash, looking, throws it into the end zone. Caught, touchdown, tight end. Isaac Nauta picking up where he left off last week on a crossing route from right to left, just about a yard deep in the goal line. Fromm put it up high around his face, and he reached his hands in, grabbed hold of that ball, and put 6 on the board for the Dogs.
Another game away.
Cats on the Dogs, 43. Wilson laterals it back to Bowden. They wanted to do a double pass. Bowden pulls it down, now starts to run. He's holding the ball in one hand. He tries to weave through Georgia defenders. Not a lot of space there, but Bowden goes in motion, now comes back to the near side. Shotgun snap to Wilson on the far hash, chased out of the pocket. Curls and rolls to the left, and we will get him with Cox. Brenton Cox pursued him and chased him down from behind. Back on the other side of the midfield stripe at the Cats 49. Cox and Monty Rice with a sack on the Kentucky quarterback.
Front that's been so good this year.
2 tight ends set for the Dogs. Hand off to Swift. Bounces out right, cuts through a gap, spins at the 20, falls forward to the 22-yard line.
Series.
4 receivers, 2 to each side for the Dogs. We're going to give it to Swift. Swift angles to the right. I think he's short of the first down. They stopped him around the 22, just beyond the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at their own 47. Shotgun snap to Wilson out of the pistol. Hand it to Snell. Snell crowds his way straight ahead. And not a lot of space there from their 47.5-yard line. Wilson play fake, looks to the left. He's got pressure, throws the ball deep, and overthrows the target, Bowden. Wilson got clobbered back on the other end by Julian Rochester as he, just after he let that ball go to the line of scrimmage at the Cats 47-yard line. Wilson to throw, lobs it up to the near side, and broken up. Flags come in everywhere. Down.
Tyson Campbell.
Defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Outside their 37-yard line, moving to the right, snap to Wilson, dumps it middle screen over the middle to one of the big tight ends. It's Conrad. Not a lot of space. Ball came out. The ball came out. Georgia thinks they have it. Big pile at the 34-yard line. They're still wrestling for it. No word yet from the officials. Now Georgia, now there's a flag. Covered it and then added 15 yards on the penalty by one of their linemen. Tyson Campbell, Hondo tells me, recovered the fumble. Jawan Taylor was one of the guys who helped strip it, or at least made contact with Conrad on the tackle. 6 on 3rd down and 4. Swift in the ball game with Fromm in the backfield. Jake's wanting to throw. He will find his target, Holloman, on near sideline inside the 30. Knocked out of bounds at the 26-yard line. A 3rd down play. Kentucky moves, gets back. Fromm with a play fake, turns around and throws. Incomplete, overthrew his target. And that was again Holloman inside the 5. Ball sailed over everybody's head. Holyfield's in the backfield. Snap is high off the fingertips of Fromm, and he can't get to the ball. Cats dive on it. The snap was high from Trey Hill. He's our backup center. Fromm couldn't reel it in, then he couldn't fall on it either. Cats fall on it with Josh Allen at the Kentucky 34-yard line. Snell back at quarterback. Wilson flares out to the right. They snap it to Snell. He fakes like he's going to pass it, and then we just clobber him at the line of scrimmage. Tyler Clark shot through low. They slide Richardson in motion to the right. Hand it to Snell. No, he fakes it. Wilson will keep it, and we read it well with J.R. Reed and DeAndre Walker. Better is taking charge of my health. It's 3rd and 9 for Kentucky on the Georgia 12. Wilson in trouble in the pocket, going to be sacked back at the 17-yard line. Channing Tindall, a freshman linebacker from Columbia, South Carolina, gets in there for his first sack of the year in the first quarter. Fromm going to hand it to Holyfield. Elijah bouncing out to the left, trying to spin by tacklers up close to the 30. They'll Swift offset to Fromm's left. Jake's in the shotgun. Snap, hand it to Swift. He runs behind Hill, breaks the tackle at the 30. 35, veers to the right, spinning and still on his feet up to the 38-yard line before being twisted down there near the Kentucky bench.
Recovery ran right into the throwing lane there.
2nd and 12, Fromm, play fake, twirls the ball, throws it. Caught by Ridley, puts a hand on the ground at the 48, twists around, does a 360, and gets it into cat territory at the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 16. Dogs go quickly, snap high. Fromm pulls it down, gives it to Swift. He bounces out left to the sideline. Swift running towards the first down marker and gets by it. 25-pound freshman Justin Fields in at quarterback. Goes empty set, snap to Fields. He runs immediately to the right. Contact at the 28. He spins away from the tackler down to the 25. He got 6 yards on the run. Dogs getting in scoring position here. Holyfield's offset to the right. Play fake Fromm. Throws it to the left. He's got Holloman at the 20. Makes the catch. Tries to shed a tackler. They wrestle out of bounds on the far sideline.
Fromm actually had to throw it over the slot receiver to get it to Holloman.
Will move the pocket to the right. Fromm throws on the run. There's Holloman. Caught it at the 14. Clobbered right there, but he got the first down. Kind of the southern end of the stadium here. Swift's in the backfield. Going to get the carry. DeAndre. Oh, wow. Made a man miss at the 20, at the 15. Straight ahead down into the end zone. Touchdown and a brilliant run. Mike Edwards picking up stuff off the ground, including his own body. Swift gave him a move. He didn't recover. Swift sprints 20 into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. Kick the extra point and continue his consecutive streak. It's up and good. The touchdown brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Georgia 14, Kentucky 3 late in the second quarter. Timeout. Back in a moment on the Bulldog Sports Network. And Rose stays in the ball game. Quarterback draw Wilson. We chase him down with DeAndre Walker. Fought off a block, reached, grabbed a bit of Wilson's jersey from behind, and then was able to kind of crawl up his back and pull him to the turf. 1st and 10 on our own 15. Fromm gives it to Swift. He'll run it. DeAndre bounces out to the 20 and angles left to the sideline, out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Stays in the ball game. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Fromm to throw in the far hash. Looking. Now pulls it down. He'll run it. Swift, or rather Fromm, pulled away from one tackler, falls across the 25.
Hits from Kentucky, but reached out.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 92. 15 yards added to the end of the run. First down. 4 receivers set. Fromm to throw. Dumps it over the middle to Swift. Swift at midfield. Breaks a tackle. 45-40. Chased out of bounds at the 38 of Kentucky. Spain in the half. Georgia leading at 14-3. Looking for more. Fromm throws. He's got a man on the near sideline. Godwin makes the catch, and he steps out of bounds as he backpedals into the Kentucky sideline at the 30. That's a gain of 8.
We never saw.
Snap to Fromm. Throws it downfield towards the end zone. Overthrows the target, Ridley. He had man-to-man coverage to the right. 3rd down. The Dogs 4 or 5. 3rd down conversions. We fumbled the football on the exchange. Kentucky recovers it at the 29-yard line.
With that, as soon as Lamont Gilliard's come out of the football game.
Fromm will take the snap, throw it wide to the right to Ridley. Makes a man miss at the 30. Ducks under the tackler and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Ridley won. That's a scan of energy. First down for the Dogs up to the 41-yard line. Let's check in with Chuck on the sidelines. Cook's Pest Control report. Holyfield's a lone setback. Handoff. Holyfield bounces out to the near side. It's a race to the corner. Holyfield 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, and dragged down in Kentucky territory at the 29-yard line by Chris Westry. One to the left for the Dogs. We work near the close hash mark. They give it to Swift, and he is clobbered. And here comes a flag in. And one man had him low. That was one of the linebackers.
Just as you mentioned, and West came in with the crown of the helmet.
Defense, number 25, contact with the crown of the helmet. 15-yard penalty. The previous play is under further review.
Upheld. That's going to be
After
a sizable
review,
loss.
The ruling on the field is confirmed.
Wow. That didn't take any time.
Penalty is half the distance to the goal.
Oh, my goodness.
First down.
All right, West is gone. West is out of the game.
Red 2, so a 2 deep look. Now walking up.
Fromm pulls it out. He's going to run it to the corner. He got the first down to the 3. I thought he was going to be able to make it to the corner of the end zone, but he ran into the pile, but he got the first down. It's going to be goal to go for the Dogs. The scoreboard. Holyfield offset to Fromm's left. Snap is high. Fromm takes it down, gives it to Elijah Holyfield. He drives, dragging tacklers with him, gets the ball across the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia, and Elijah Holyfield.
A little redemption for that offensive line after not being able to punch it in from 1 yard last week against the Florida Gators. This time manning up and taking it to the house. Big, strong push there by Holyfield as well. He loses where he wants to go with the football.
He's going to try again, goes through the air. He hits his man Snell at the 22. We cover him up immediately. Monty Rice, the linebacker. Johnny on the spot from Madison, Alabama. Hits Snell right on the 22. Wilson waits on the snap. There it is. Drops back on the 13. Looks to the near side. Lets it fly and caught at the 29-yard line by Bowden. He got closer to 2, actually. 2nd and 8. Chris Oates leading the charge for the Cats defense. 2nd down 8 from our 17. Swift is in. DeAndre breaks through the hole. Swift's got running room. Swift's got to go. All he's got to do is outrun 5 blue shirts chasing him. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Swift.
Kentucky loaded the box, and the danger with that is if you can get clean to the second level, there's nobody there. And DeAndre Swift, we've been saying it, that young man is full speed once again, and the explosiveness is back.
3. Well, I didn't think it could get any quieter, but it just did here in Lexington. Dogs 28-3 on the Cats. Timeout on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Win down in Gainesville over Florida earlier this season. Drops back to pass here. He'll dump it off to the left side. Oh, knocked away and nearly intercepted by the linebacker Natrez Patrick, who had a tremendous jump on the ball, the football with one hand. But that was interception bait. If you're a defensive back, you probably make that catch and down the sideline you go. Georgia 48, long snap count for the Cats. Wilson takes the snap, throws it down the far sideline. A flag comes in as the pass is incomplete, trying to go to Ahmad Wagner. He was matched up with DeAndre Baker. And Baker had it pinned on the sideline.
Defense, number 18, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Wagner and Baker definitely got tied up, but the coaching staff for the Dogs on the sideline really giving it to the refs. Not sure exactly what happened.
Dogs, but we lead it 28-10. 2nd down and 8 for the Dogs. Hand off to Holyfield across the 40-45, outside the numbers into the Georgia sideline. He crosses over the midfield stripe and into Cats territory right now, or in the lineup of 5. Hill and Baker snap it to Fields. He runs to the left, stops, goes back to the right, ducks in the middle between the hash marks. He put a hand on the turf to keep his balance and got 8 yards on the run. Fromm gives it to Holyfield. Reads a block from Simmons, bounces out left to the 30. Didn't want to go out of bounds, wanted to keep running in play, but they force him out of bounds on the Cats sideline. It's 3rd down and a yard to go from the Cats 17-yard line. Snap to Fields. Justin, 1st down and a little bit more. Twisting away from a tackler at the 15. Tight ends in the formation. Everybody's in tight as the Dogs work on the Cats 11. Give it to Swift. He explodes through the middle of the line, down inside the 5 to the 4. Swift and Fromm in the backfield. Shotgun snap to Jake Fromm. Give it to Swift. He dives towards the goal line. Didn't get there. He goal from the 1. Cats squeeze it in there. We give it to Fromm. He just takes it, tries to push his way into the end zone. Still didn't get there. Cats crowd the line. They've got a player behind the line of scrimmage jumping up and down. Now they back another player away. Here's the kick by Blankenship. It's up and good. So we got 3. We were on the goal line again. Couldn't push it across, but it's 31-10. Dogs lead by 3 touchdowns on Rodrigo's Blankenship's All-State good hands field goal. 11:44 to go in the game. Dogs up 21 on Kentucky here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. To our left, they trail 31-10 here in the 4th quarter. Snap to Wilson in the shotgun. Pressure from the edges. Being chased out and down he goes. Rice with the sack. The ball came out after he hit the turf. But Monty Rice with the sack way back in Cats territory at the 37-yard line. The end zone with it.
And Dogs going to have to do it with a battered and bruised offensive line.
And here's Holyfield bouncing out left at left tackle behind Andrew Thomas and Solomon Kinley in motion in tight on the right edge. Now he goes in motion again. Jet sweep to Stanley. Stanley with a block around the corner. 40, 50. He's got some speed. 40 of Kentucky, 30, and tackled where? Headed off into Kentucky territory on the left side.
Well, we brought Stanley in motion and then stopped him and then quickly brought him in again. I think caught Kentucky a little bit off guard. First time that we've run the jet sweep with Stanley in the football game.
Now as we line up, there's a flag down. 8.5 for the Dogs on the Kentucky 28. Fromm to pass. He'll throw it towards the end zone. He's got a man. Oh, broken up at the last minute. He was trying to go to Holloman. And Kentucky's secondary saved him right there. Mike Edwards, receiver set. We shift the tight end from right to left. That's Nauta. Fields takes the snap, runs left corner, 25, 20, still running through a crowd. He may have the first down on second effort. He reached across the 20 and kept those legs driving. Blankenship to try the field goal. Cats load the line, the snap and the hold, the kick in the air, and it is reaching, and it is good. Big kick, Rodrigo Blankenship.
Happened.
No, come on, man. All right, here's the Cats with the ball. They fumble the ball. Rose had it. I think they were trying to run a jet sweep or an end around this way. He fumbled the football. Tyler Clark has recovered it. And that should be the ball game. It's difference between the play clock and the game clock. They'll take one more snap, and the Dogs will take the SEC Eastern Division Championship south to Athens for the second year in a row. There's Fromm taking the snap and taking a knee. And the Dogs have won another division crown. Georgia will play in Atlanta on SEC Championship Saturday in a few weeks against the Western Division winner of tonight's ball game between Alabama and LSU. But the Dogs, for the second year in a row, Z, will head back to the SEC title game.
A couple of weeks, regain the identity of playing physical football on the offensive side, running the ball.
2 100-yard rushers today by Georgia for the first time since Chubb and Michelle did it in the Rose Bowl against Oklahoma. And also, oddly enough, the most yards rushing for Georgia since the Dogs ran for 381 yards against Kentucky last year. Today, they dominate on the ground and at the line of scrimmage despite multiple injuries. 331 yards running the football for the Dogs against one of the best defenses in the entire nation. And Georgia comes away with a 34-17 win over the Kentucky Wildcats.